Hello everyone, welcome. We have a new developer update for changes coming in November, and we have a lot of requested features since day one that are finally now being implemented. Let's start with one of the biggest one, and that is cargo containers for the carrier ornithopter. This is actually coming later down the road in December. However, as a short-term implementation, in the next update, we will be able to cross the map with the carrier while having vehicles harnessed, for example, the buggy or the spice crawler. I guess better late than never. This is a big quality of life change because going to the deep desert, it is extremely tedious. One thing for sure that I'll be doing when this update arrives is to make the inventory in the vehicle even numbers, just in case this new change introduces missing inventory glitches. Probably a good idea, at least at the beginning. This feature is definitely coming in late, but nevertheless, I'm still glad that we finally have it. This change also has another positive because you no longer have to assemble and disassemble your vehicles like the sandcrawler or the buggy every time you need to go to a deep desert, because it does wear down the torch quite a bit every time you disassemble a vehicle. The next change, they're trying to improve the player event log. So right now the information is pretty minimal, just some storms as well as losing power, etc. But they're planning to make the log to almost log everything, not just in-game events, but also withdrawals and deposits of items, building tool actions. Pretty much really they want to have everything in there and have everything categorized to make reading all of that easy. Not too sure how that is gonna look. I know that is not something that I personally use a lot, but I think it's going to be very helpful for those who are in guilds with many players. You will be able to at least tell if somebody in the group is stealing shit from everyone else. Sounds like a pretty good implementation to me. They will be also tuning different skills, weapons and things like that for game balance. One specific skill that they noted is the crippling strike. They're actually nerfing that, making it less punishing for those in the receiving end. And the idea of this is to allow players who don't like to engage in PvP be more able to get away. So this is going to be good news or bad news depending on which end you are. If you like to engage in PvP, this is gonna be bad news. Your prey is gonna be able to get out faster. But for those on the receiving end, hey, great news, you will be able to run away quicker. Next, they touched upon character transfers and server mergers. It seems like they're making good progress on character transfers to allow you to transfer pretty much everything to another siege or another world entirely. You will be able to not just move your character, but also all your progress, your inventory, and anything that is stored in your bank or backup tools. And on top of that, they are also planning to introduce a base backup tool. I guess it's gonna work similarly to the vehicle backup tool, and this tool is supposed to allow you to store your entire base and nearly everything in it. So it sounds like a complete backup, and the idea is to make the entire transfer much easier to relocate to another location, or if you're just planning to take a break, this will allow you to do it. Obviously, what you will not be able to keep with you is the location. So if you do have a good location for your base, then I guess that part you will still require you to somehow maintain it with power. As when it comes to server mergers, that is going to follow later by the end of the year. So we don't have a lot of information how that's gonna work, but when the time comes, they will release updates. They also talked a little bit about Chapter 3, the next major content update. This is planned for the first quarter of 2026. They did not give a lot of information about the content, However, they did focus on the progress of transforming the Lancera into something that is more contract based, that offers more repeatable PvE activities, as well as character progressions and things like that. It sounds like the changes are progressing pretty well, and we should be able to have it by then. They also showed a very revamped character skill page where you now have two major tabs, one for exploration and then specializations. I'm assuming combat maybe specializations. It looks very different from what we have right now. Not too sure how this is gonna end up. It is still a work in progress, but I am definitely intrigued. And that is pretty much all we have about this upcoming update. So the biggest changes being the carrier as well as the character transfers and base backup tools. I will be testing those out once the update is live. Until then, thank you all for watching, enjoy the game, and I'll see you all in the next video.